Okay, welcome to the HubBiz EcoBiz show, where you can get ideas to grow your business and make it greener. And today I'm joined by Hannah Cox from the Better Business Network, and we're talking about moving from burnout and overwhelm to creating bigger impact through collaboration. So welcome, Hannah. Great to have you on the show.
Hi, Karen. Thanks so much for having me.
So the Better Business Network is helping purpose-driven entrepreneurs and business owners from failing due to burnout and overwhelm, whilst also helping them create bigger impact through collaboration. So what should all businesses be thinking about to be more sustainable?
Well, sustainability at its core essentially means, not depleting the resources that we have in order to do anything. And essentially, we're all on one world. We've only got a finite amount of resources. So the businesses that we create need to have a positive impact on the planet we live in and the people that live in that planet. So when I talk about sustainability, I'm talking about creating a sustainable business, as in it's sustainable, it will grow, it will, have good cash flow, it will, have good growth rates, all of that, but also looking at sustainable from the point of view, does this business have purpose? Is it useful to the world? Is it bringing in something that's going to make the world better for the people in it or the planet that it's on?
Brilliant. Yeah. So there's so many aspects to it. I think people tend to focus on one or the other and not look at the whole picture, isn't it? So I think that's really important. So, with occupational burnout, I know you sort of say it's classified now as a disease, and the impact of coronavirus overwhelming many business owners. How are you with your kind of Better Business Network helping businesses to thrive?
Well, I think, and I say this as a business owner myself, when you start a business, it's scary. It's definitely a completely different mindset in how you approach your work to when you turn up to an office and you're working for somebody else and you don't have to worry about particularly, you turn up every day to your job, you'll get the same wage every month, regardless of your input or output, and it's a very different sort of mindset when you're running your business and you're trying to think about all the different aspects of running that business, not just one particular job role. So I find when I started my business, there was two things I needed help with. One was, what should I be focusing on? Because there's so many different things we need to be thinking about as business owners. And two, where are other business owners that get me and get what I'm about, that can help me grow my business? Where's my community? Where's my tribe? And I have found over the last 15 years of running businesses, I would turn up to networking events, turn up to talks, things like that, workshops, and I would be the only person in the room that would be talking about purpose when I'm talking about my balancing with profit. It wasn't always about how am I going to make the most money. I want to grow a business that I care about, that I think is bringing something useful into the world. And I thought the only reason I can not be the only eco person in the room is create an environment, create a network where everybody, it's almost by standard. Of course, that's something we care about. Of course, that's the reason we run our businesses. Now let's help each other really elevate and create amazing businesses so that we can be the businesses that people come to when they're looking for support, whether we're a B2B business or a direct-to-consumer business. So that was why we started the network. But it wasn't just me. I had two co-founders that helped me. The community itself is what's building it and creating and helping us develop what the network is. So I guess it was me having an idea, meeting other people who had the same idea, and we thought, right, how are we going to then let's come together and then create a place and a safe place for purpose-driven business owners to connect with each other.
Brilliant. I hear you there, because the same was happening to me when I was going to many networking groups, and I'd be talking about those sort of things and the eco side of things, and people would just be looking at me like, what?
Yeah.
So it was sort of going to a lot of them and not really getting the business out of, because you're not connecting with those people who've got that same purpose and values. And so in the end, me and another lady, we co-founded, Eco Meetup in Norwich, where I'm based, and it just sort of took off. Unfortunately, with COVID, it kind of went down because it was in-person meetings that people really liked. But and then, you get busy with other business and everything like that. But it's trickling along, and we're looking to do some sort of walking and stuff like that, and meeting up and walking and talking. But yeah, I think that's really key. If you can't find it, make it yourself.
Well, exactly. And that's why we all started our businesses. We all saw the challenge that we had a solution to, and that we could provide that solution. And that's exactly what the network is. And like I said, it's not just me. Maybe I'm the face of it and I'm on this call chatting about it, but it was, you know, several people all saying, we need this help, and then let's create it.
Brilliant. And a unique part of your network you talk about is the transparency of the community finances. And obviously this is a really big thing, and a thing that everyone I speak to struggles with a lot when it comes to finances, tax, asking for money, pricing, all that sort of thing. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes. I've always found the conversation around money quite an interesting one, especially when it comes to business, because essentially what we're doing as business owners is we're saying we have value in this product or service that we're providing, and we want you to pay us for it. And then we're reticent to say how much money we want people to pay, I think, and especially in kind of professional services. But I've found when I've been very upfront about my fees, money, things like that, it definitely stops me having conversations with people, sometimes for months or weeks, which are not providing value to them and not providing value to me, because one, they're not turning into a client, or two, you know, they want to work with me and then they suddenly realize they can't because of their budget, or, you know, vice versa. So being quite transparent about finances has always been important. And I think especially when it comes to membership networks, as business owners, we look for a membership network. We've all been there where we've joined one of the big three. And when I talk about the big three, FSB, Institute of Directors, Chamber of Commerce, they're almost, you start a business and you're like, right, I don't know what I'm doing. I need to meet some other business owners, you know, fast track myself to finding out what to do and get other people who understand my mindset. But it's like we talked about before, it's money. You know, at the beginning when you're starting your business, and even when you're growing a business, you need to be keeping a track of your finances. So I needed to make sure when people were spending money with us, we could show them, here's the value in the money you're spending. And actually, we're so confident that you're going to get value in what we're providing. We're going to share with you how we're spending it, because then our members are actually helping us decide what we're spending our money on. The network wasn't built I already have a business. The network wasn't built to be the thing that was going to make me billions of pounds. It was built to provide the community that I needed and access to the resources that I needed as a business owner. And I knew collectively it would be easier to do that. I knew if I wanted access to an expert to help me, for example, finding out about scope 1, 2, 3 emissions in my business, probably booking that consultant for an hour would cost me £1,000. But if I have a business network and everyone's paying membership fees, we collectively can pay that person, and then we can all gain value from that knowledge. So we're completely transparent. Everyone knows exactly how much money, how much of their membership money is being spent on each aspect of the network. They get an impact report that we just recently published, our latest one, to our members. And they also, if they want to, can have access to our Zero account. So if they really want to get into the nitty gritty of what we're spending monthly on our operations, you know, they can jump on a Zoom call with me and I can pull that up on the screen and show them, because I want them to see that every single penny we're getting from them, we know how important that money is in your business. So we want you to get the value out of the money that you're spending with us. So that's why we're transparent. And I don't see any other business networks being that transparent about the money. And sometimes you join one, but then you're expected to do all the work to get the value back. Whereas we actually try to come to you as the business owner and try and find out what your particular individual goals are and how we can help you as an individual, rather than kind of take your money, open the door, say, here's your stuff, and then expect you to then go and have to dig and delve and find what's useful for you.
That's really important, because I have joined a lot like that, and you sort of it's time as well. And as a small business owner, when you have to be the accountant, the marketer, the salesperson, the business development, and actually doing the work, you know, you haven't got time to go and do all of that. So I think that sounds so interesting. I'll definitely have a look into that. And so I know people can find you at the Better Business Network. And you've also, I need to ask you what your top eco tip is as well. So maybe give that to us, and then we'll just quickly wrap up with kind of what your membership involves and how people can find out more.
So my top eco tip is actually what we have as the banner on my business is Better Not Stop. We're a sustainable impact agency, which means we help businesses measure and track their positive impact on the world. We have on our header, you don't have to do everything, but you do have to do something. And I think as business owners, often it's overwhelmed. There's a lot to do. There's always something on your to-do list. There's no point even thinking you're ever going to get it all ticked off. But we do have to do something positive with the work that we're doing. So my best eco tip is do your best with what you can when you can. That's it. You know, it's much easier for me as a person with no children who runs my own business, who has a bit more time than probably a lot of people, to go to the greengrocers and go to the separate individual, independent suppliers when I'm getting my weekly shop and being zero waste. If you're a busy mum of 4 with a limited budget, that's not your priority. So just do what you can when you can, and don't beat yourself up, because every little helps, as Tesco says.
Brilliant, love that. So so people can join you kind of doing a big relaunch of your membership in March, but you also mentioned to me you've got a number of free things that people can sign up to and sort of test out and get a taster for what you offer as well. How do they find out more about that? Is that on your website?
Yep, so it's on the website. It's also, we have a LinkedIn company page, which I'm finding is more and more being a great way to communicate with business owners. So access to all our workshops are on there. We're running 4 a month, which are kind of taster sessions about the types of workshops you get in the network, which allows you to almost get some free value and some free knowledge from us, plus kind of see how we work, ask your own questions in person. We're also running speed networking events every month, so you can meet other people who are existing members of the network to, again, see if it's your vibe, see if it's your tribe. We're relaunching because we've got 80 members. We've spoken to all our business leaders. We've got some really great feedback on how the network grew last year. Our focus really for 2022 is making the network as accessible as possible. So really driving down our membership fees to make it a really easy way, a really easy price point for businesses to join, and also as valuable as possible. So we're employing a project manager and account managers within our team to actually make sure all our members are individually looked after. They're not just a number, and if they need some support, they've got a name and an email and a telephone number they can ring to get it.
Brilliant. That sounds amazing. Oh, well, thank you so much. I will get those links afterwards once we've finished, and then I can share those as well with everybody else. So thank you so much for joining me, Hannah. It's such a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you, Karen.
And to our viewers who are watching and you're catching the replay, if you've got any questions, do let us know. But otherwise, please share this out to people you think that this might be of interest to, and hopefully see you at a networking event soon. Bye-bye for now.
Take care.